Oh, now we're live.
That's ridiculous. I just went through all that for nothing.
What was yodeling music?
What's up? It's Black Label time for the second time. We're back. We just finished recording episode 22 of the Pop Culture Corner. Now we're here to relax and take some time off and just hang out. Today, we got a fun subject. We got some fun topics for you. We're going to be talking about Trumpy. Good old Donald Trumpy.
I wanna first.
I'm talking about Trumpy.
No, I know, but I just want to feel like the riot thing. I just want to make it abundantly clear that I am in fact impressed. I don't condone this or support it, but I am impressed. I just saw a photo of a man which I'm assuming he's in the Hall of Congress. He is shirtless, holding a flag, flexing. He got like 3 dudes taking pictures of him. I'm sorry, but we have none of that. The whole Black Lives Matter protests, we got no pictures like that. So props to you.
Yeah, good job. I mean, they straight up got into the Capitol.
Imagine that.
They were breaking windows with chairs, and they were climbing through those chairs.
That's an act of war.
And you know what's funny?
Invaded the country.
You know what's funny? It was a bunch of white people, right? So they didn't use excessive force.
It was really.
The cops didn't do much. If that was a gang of black people,
I would have.
They would have been rubber bulleting them.
Yeah, I don't care who you are. If you show up like 2,000 deep, all riled up, I'm pulling out something. I'm not being gentle about this. That's crazy, right? That's crazy. And they're like it was funny because they were holding up Blue Lives Matter flags.
Oh yeah, while they were pushing through the police.
They're jumping the police. Yeah.
Oh man, it was quite the scene in Capitol Hill.
It got crazy.
It got
crazy.
It truly was something.
Do you think if I showed up, they would just beat my ass?
Yeah.
On site?
On site.
You think so?
On site.
There's black Trump supporters?
No. Oh, I thought you meant the police.
No. During
Trump
that,
supporters? Say you went
there. I just kind
of
showed up like this, SpongeBob sweater the whole night. I just showed up. Hey guys, you think they'd beat my ass? I feel like they would.
I don't know. If you were like MAGA, they would be like, exactly. All right, bet. Let's go.
Difference. But if I just showed up the way I am, dressed like I am, talking like I am, just, hey, how you doing? I don't think I'd be welcome. But if I showed up with the hat, the shirt, the flag, the whole nine, they'd be like, all right, he's one of the good ones.
Yeah, they would be like, oh, he's cool. He's kind of white.
Yeah.
He's white by association.
He's one of the
because they don't know your background.
Yeah.
So they'd be like, he's by association, he's a white guy.
He's cool.
A Trump supporter.
He's cool.
He's one of them cool blacks.
Yeah. There it is. That's it.
You know,
he's one of the good ones.
So I forgot to say this in the episode today. So I actually watched Dark Phoenix the other day.
Yeah, no,
it wasn't so bad, bro.
I beg to differ.
It wasn't so bad.
Different perspectives.
It wasn't terrible like everyone made it out to be. It was kind of like New Mutants.
Okay.
Where it wasn't like terrible.
Yeah.
But I don't understand why I got all that hate.
Well, I don't think Dark Phoenix could ever be done like correctly in the eyes of everybody. It's too big of a story.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I don't think that could ever be unless it's like animation. Well, no, because Marvel's animation sucks butt cheeks. If the MCU did a Dark Phoenix, I guarantee everybody would like it.
Yeah, it's just natural. But no, so the riots in the Capitol, they were pretty intense. Do you think Trumpy started that?
He did start it. He tweeted.
No, but do you think Trumpy actually started it, though? Like, deliberately?
No, he tweeted. No, I don't think he realized the outcome of it. He tweeted, yo, we got cheated. And everybody else.
Yeah, but he's been saying that for months. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what was different this time, but he said it, and everybody got all riled up, and they were like, "Yeah, we're sick of this." Well, I think it's because the inauguration is coming up. That's why he's going to be officially out coming very soon. And I mean, he just got caught asking for voter fraud. So he was asking the guy on the phone, the Georgia representative, to like cheat, basically, with like not as many words. He was like, but if we could just find 11,000 votes, that would be cool.
Yeah. That'd be a smooth move. That'd be a
Yo, he
move.
got some nuts on him.
Appreciate you.
He got some nuts.
Yo, Twitter, I actually got rid of him.
Twitter got rid of him?
Yeah, they suspended his account because of that.
Oh.
88.7 million followers.
Do you think that
how many he follows?
Yeah,
guess.
4.
No, 51.
Do you think that they should be able to do that?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he's
to
big
limit
enough
your
that
speech?
he's big enough that it's causing riots. Yes, they can delete his account over that. He caused they invaded the country. Yes, they can delete his account for that. Absolutely. That's 100% justified. They invaded our capital and got in at that. That's like a declaration of civil war. If there was, like, I don't know how many showed up, but I'm guessing it's somewhere between 1,000 and 1,500, right? If you earlier said 50,000, if 50,000 showed up, that would be I think the government would take it as a war. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think it would have been a lot uglier than it was.
I think riots are the thing about protests. The thing about protests is, like, you can claim it's a peaceful protest, but the difference between a protest and a riot is just one bad moment.
Yeah.
Just like the difference between good and evil is one bad day. One bad moment can turn your peaceful protest into what we saw.
I think it all plays in numbers as well, right? If there's 10 of us with all the same idea of wanting to protest something, it's very easy to keep that contained, right? But once you hit numbers like 500,000, 2,000, 5,000, whatever, everybody's not going to be on the same page. Some people are going to be a lot more riled up. Your group of people, I heard that.
That's weird, right?
That wasn't cool. I heard that.
A little spooky.
After a tragic Healy accident when he was 7 years old, Big Drip can now contact the dead. Welcome to
my Jagger fell off the fucking couch.
Death by Drip. It's my next travel TV show.
But how do you think? You think Trump should get a podcast?
I think he should join. I don't think you can do it without us. I think you should come to our podcast.
I think Trump would fucking murder a podcast. Straight murder it. Like, so many people would want to listen to him. And, like, I would love to get him on the show just to, like I said, give him a couple Xanax.
If he comes
and then have him tell me about if aliens are real. Be like, Trump, here's a couple Xanax. Let's sit on the couch. I'll make the lights blue. Now tell me if aliens exist. He'd be like, listen, aliens exist. There's so much more aliens. There's so many aliens. Bigger numbers than anyone's ever seen before. I can't do a good Trump. Jack is a good Trump.
No, your impressions are terrible.
Fuck yourself.
They're terrible.
You do a Trump impression.
I can't do impressions.
At least I try. I put myself out there.
My comedy is gold. I don't do impressions.
I put myself out there.
I think Xanax will put him to sleep. You want to give him
Yo, that
about 70.
That dude already takes mad Xanax.
Probably, exactly. Yeah, he's president. He probably does. You give him pot brownies. Then he'll start talking aliens. Then you bring up the alien topic. Let the edible kick in. Give him a Wonka bar. Give it about 25,
Stephanie loved those Wonka bars.
Kiss his ass for about 25, 30 minutes. No. The first one, my sister bought it for me for Christmas.
They taste too good.
I'm sorry.
You just want to eat the whole thing.
I can taste the bud.
Oh, okay.
I can taste the bud.
You just want to eat the whole thing.
And I don't really
then you'd be on a different dimension.
Yeah. I ate one whole square. I was
toast.
High, like borderline tripping high.
I don't even like weed. Like, I don't smoke or anything like that. But I'll take edible every once in a while. Just like whatever. And that Wonka bar was too high.
Yeah.
I was on the verge of I was laying right here. It was me and Stephanie. We went on Valentine's dinner. We went to the arcade, not the arcade, but the bowling alley that has arcades and stuff in it.
Yeah.
And we played around, you know what I mean? Did the bowling, did the arcades and stuff. So I ate one, and I was like, oh, it's not kicking in. So I ate another half of one little piece of it. Picture a Hershey's bar. It's split up into multiple pieces. So I took one of those pieces, split it in half, ate it, wasn't feeling it after an hour. Usually that's all it takes for me to kick in. I ate another half.
Too high. Yeah.
I asked her, I was like, yo, can we go home? Because I wanted to lay I laid on this couch and was just in the blanket, all right.
Everything's cool.
I was like, all right.
Borderline panicking. Yo, you're good.
Yeah.
Everything's cool. Nobody's going to hurt you.
I had this vision that Stephanie was God. And that, no, I was dead. So I was dead already. And Stephanie was God in my life, right? She was in my life because she was God waiting for me to figure out that I was dead.
What?
Bro, this is all going through my mind as I was fucking
of
sitting on this couch, right?
Of course you got paranoid.
No, this is not paranoid. This is, you are.
If you come in the house and curl up under the blankets, shaking, you're good. I'm okay. That's paranoia.
No. What I did was different than paranoia. I was here. This is the legitimate thoughts that went through my head. Is that I've been dead for some time now.
Been dead.
And I took this edible as a way, because Stephanie's in my life because she's God waiting for me to figure out. Oh, she's like the person that brings me to heaven or hell. And she was waiting for me to figure out that I was already dead.
I got deep, Jesus. Man.
Right? And I had realized that on this couch while I was high, right? I had realized I was dead. And when I walked upstairs, she was in our bedroom, like sitting on the couch, like, and this is what she said to me. Finally, I've been waiting. And all of this was happening while I was sitting on this couch. It was the fucking craziest.
You were tripping.
I've tripped on several things, bro. This was not like any trip I've ever been on.
You was tripping.
I was like that whole thing really happened to me. I was sitting here. I finally realized I was dead. Stephanie was put into my life because she was waiting for me to figure out. And when I went upstairs, she had this like white glow about her. And she was like, finally, I've been waiting for you to figure out that you've been dead this whole time, idiot. Let's go. And like this all really happened. I swear to God, I'm not making this up. I've tripped on, you know what I mean? I've not always been a good person. So I've tripped on a lot of stuff in my life. This was like unlike anything. Because in the movies when they're like, when they eat mushrooms, like all of a sudden they're like seeing these fucking.
They take it to a whole nother level.
That's not how it really is. All really happens is like you mellow out and like everything looks like it's pulsating.
Yeah, it's different. Yeah, but it's not as.
You don't see
it's not
things
that intense
on acid or mushrooms.
No,
you don't
get
see
visuals,
things.
but it won't get like.
No.
Wild.
You don't see unicorns walking by and shit.
I don't know. I don't know. I've met a couple that claimed.
I don't know.
I every time I take mushrooms, I feel like
COVID Cassie's here.
That's crazy. You go the whole family.
Yeah. Look, she's the one who fucking had COVID at Christmas, making me dangerously close to getting it. Luckily, I tested negative twice now.
Coughing in the stuffing.
Yeah.
Tyler, what's that? What? Nothing.
Yo, I could have infected the whole movie theater because of her.
We did.
Just kidding, Cassandra. I'm kidding. Fuck you.
I'm just playing, but go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
I could have killed your parents.
My parents. I didn't see my parents on Christmas.
Oh, you did?
Said, nah. So you're good. They're alive. They're good. I could have killed you.
But anyway, those Wonka bars. Moral of the story? Them things are fucking
pump the
tight.
brakes. Take them. Pump the brakes. So what I did.
The next day, though, I was like,
I
whoa,
ate a whole square. Same thing. I ate a whole square way too high. So I broke that square down into fourths. Nice, smooth, comfortable high. If you find your dose, edibles are dope. They're perfect mellow.
It's too much for me.
Perfect. You gotta find your dose.
My dose is 0.
Break it down. You gotta find your
I
dose.
just like to be sober now.
A quarter
I
of
really
a bar,
do.
perfect. Okay, fair enough. I'll never fight you on that one.
Yeah.
Quarter of a bar, I'm chilling. I'm smooth. I'm laying back. I'm asleep. I eat, go to sleep. Everything's smooth.
Yeah.
Living the dream, essentially.
But imagine Trump on edibles. My God.
Alien talk.
It'd be like, so Trump would have the best podcast because it would all be nonsense and it would all be lies. But like his lies are like, so they get people pumped up. So like his podcast would just be him lying all the time.
What is that, bro?
What?
Did you see that? What was that?
What?
You saw something float. You didn't see that?
No, I was.
What the fuck? What the hell was that? That was so fucking weird.
All right. I
think your house is on.
Did you eat an edible?
I did not.
How many times have you been to my house? Anything ever happened?
It just did. Remember? It just happened. It just happened.
But no. But Trump's podcast would be the best. Oh, maybe I was like waving my fingers and anything happened like that.
Maybe. I don't know.
But Trump's podcast would be a bunch of lies and get people pumped up. But like, he would also have a good he would have number 1 podcast of all time.
He's definitely like
because people would just still listen to him.
He's like a fuck yeah kind of guy. He starts talking and you're like, yeah, no, I get that. And he keeps talking.
And like, you know it's all lies, right? Like
he keeps talking. You're like, yeah, fuck yeah, let's go invade the Capitol.
Yeah,
like one of those dudes.
Like there was his inauguration, right? He was like, oh, there was the most people ever.
Best shit. He's
right.
The best humble bragger you've ever met in your life. He
keeps
it like
like level,
but he's still bragging. You feel me? Humble brag.
But yeah, his inauguration, right? So he was like, the most people that ever attended any inauguration ever. And then they show a picture of his inauguration. It's like half full. They show Barack Obama's inauguration. That shit was lined up for miles. And like, he's lying, but you still can't help but like almost believe him, right? Like there's like a half of me that's like kind of believes him, but I know he's lying. So like, I know I don't believe him, but Trump's like a very rare creature. He comes around every once in a while. Every couple of years, every few generations there's a Trump.
I know plenty of big shit talkers, like plenty, but he backs it up. That's the difference. That's why he's rare. That's why he's different, because he talks shit, but he manages to back it up some way, somehow. I know plenty of big shit talkers, and if you believed everything they said, they're the biggest, baddest thing to ever touch the planet. You know what I'm saying? FBI wanted list twice, number 2 on the list. He's robbed 18 banks since he was 15. From the ages of 15 to 17. He robbed 25 banks. He did 25 years upstate, never told. He was Whitey Bulger's right hand man. You know, if you listen to everything he said, he's the biggest, baddest dude you've ever met. But it's not true, right? Trump, on the other hand, he talks that same shit, but then he wins the election.
Yeah.
So that's like, yeah.
So what I was saying to him earlier was, so imagine, so Trump's it's gonna transition out, right? The Capitol, after it was invaded, they came back. The people, the lawmakers, they came back and they finished their talk, or they finished whatever it was. They ruled that Biden has in fact won the election, which we already knew. Anyone who's not crazy knew that Biden, and I'm not saying voter fraud doesn't exist. I'm sure, because what do you think the actual number of votes? So there is voter fraud, right? For instance, right, you're an older woman and your husband passed away, right? They still send you a ballot for your husband, and because you're an older woman and you're like still into politics and shit, you fill it out because you know who he would have voted for, and you send it in. That's technically voter fraud, and that happens all the time.
True.
Because they accidentally send them out. So that stuff happens all the time. That's technically voter fraud. That person's not alive anymore. They don't have a right to a vote, yet it gets turned in. There's not enough of that scenario to overturn an election. I'm sure that there's people in the fucking voting poll, like the elected officials or the volunteers that go in and like count ballots and shit. I'm sure, I am 100% sure they're turning votes for their candidate. That's obvious. But is it enough to turn the election? I don't know. You'll always have that popular vote in that electoral college to balance itself out. I'm not really cool with the electoral college thing, but it is what it is. It does. I think it's out of date and it needs to be changed. But like, voter fraud wouldn't necessarily change. Like, it's not enough to change the results. I'm sure that the percentage is not 0. There are some shady things happening at some place. Think about this whole country, right? This whole country, everybody votes, or one person at least votes from every county. You're telling me there's 0 voter fraud in the whole country?
No.
Exactly. No. But there's not enough. That's the point. There's not enough to overturn the election. But he's really leaning into this thing. Like, we won. We had the biggest numbers ever. Like, all right, Trumpy, come on. Trumpy, come on.
It was, when he got elected, it was the same thing. Oh, this must be wrong. Somebody did something. Russia. It was Russia.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing.
Nah, he won.
Same thing. But he's doing the exact thing that they did to him.
Yeah, exactly.
So he's very hypocritical in a sense, right? Exactly. So they were like, this don't make sense.
Well, I think
how did this idiot win an election?
When he won, yeah, my point is that he won. They were like, there's no way. I'm sorry, no way. Everybody I talked to just before that were like, yo, it's definitely Hillary. I know, I've seen that, your boy. It's definitely Hillary. There's no way in hell Trump could win. It's not even possible. When he did win, these people, like, I genuinely believe these people just couldn't comprehend the thought that he actually won. So that their brain immediately jumped to, oh my God, Russia, because that's American propaganda 101.
It's proven at this point.
No,
that Russia had stuff to do with it.
I think he just won.
And I think he won too. I'm just saying,
comprehend it. It's such an out there idea. He's so ridiculous in everything he says that people couldn't even wrap their head around him actually winning. So they're like, yo, that's American propaganda 101.
Yeah, but you want to know. You want to know the reason why he didn't win again? People voted for him because
4 years.
Yeah, people voted for him at the time in 2016 because he was kind of a breath of fresh air. Honestly, he wasn't a politician. He's a businessman. I mean, Ross Perot is a businessman. A lot of people used to love Ross Perot. Ross Perot was a businessman that ran back in the day, didn't win, but a lot of people really, really liked Ross Perot. And it was kind of like that.
Yeah.
But Trump says the ridiculous shit that no one else will say. Trump's that guy that like takes it a little bit too far. People liked that about him, but for the 4 years he was in office, people kind of lost. Like
it's been 4 years.
It was like a TV show that went a little bit past its
prime.
Yeah. Right. You kind of lost interest in it.
Yeah.
You're like, that was really fun at first, but now it's just the same old shit. You know what I mean? People gave up on it.
Yeah,
but let 4 more years pass. Of 4 more years of another Democratic president who's very liberal, blah, blah, blah. I'm telling you, they'll clamor for him again.
Yeah.
So if he survives
another 4 years,
I think he could have a good shot at taking it again.
Well, it's a real possibility that he doesn't. I don't know. He survived Corona. I could have sworn, if you asked me when I first heard that on the news, he caught it. If you asked me at that time,
he was going to accidentally die.
No, he was going to die. I was dead set on that.
All he does is eat Big Macs and Wendy's.
I'm saying, exactly. He's not healthy. He's very old. He's going to die. He has it. He's going to die. Nah, son. He said it too. Nah, I'm good. And sure as shit, he was good. That's the thing. He talks crazy, but he backs it up. So how mad can you be at him? He might.
You think he'll tell people that aliens exist? Because now he's getting banned on Twitter.
Right before he leaves, he's mad. Yeah, aliens are real. Yeah, we got a cure for AIDS. Yeah, we got a cure for cancer.
Right.
No, Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself.
Tupac is alive.
Tupac's in Cuba.
You think that he'll spill the beans on something that he's not? Maybe not the aliens thing, but you think he'll spill the beans on something?
That's the most petty move I've ever seen in my life. On his way out the door, that's a toddler tantrum right there if I've ever seen one. I have to leave. All right, fine. I'm gonna drop this bomb on you.
Do you think he will? Something's gonna happen.
Say something crazy.
He'll say something crazy. Yeah. That's why I want to get him on the show.
It's so funny.
Get him say something crazy. Rogan's gonna try to get him on. I think that'd be good.
I think Rogan already had him at some point.
No.
Trump's done.
Bernie's done Joe Rogan.
Oh, Bernie did it?
Bernie did Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan actually does it.
I can't get Larry David as Bernie out of my head. So now every time I see Bernie Sanders, I keep confusing them. They're one and the same. When I think of Bernie Sanders, I see Larry David pretending to be Bernie Sanders. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like I can't even tell you what he looks like. I would describe Larry David right now.
It's the same.
It's one of the best SNL sketches I've ever seen in my life. So funny.
But yeah, Trumpy would murder a podcast.
Maybe we could get Bernie on here.
No, I don't want politicians.
Well, no, we gotta.
The only person I want to get on Black Label is Trump.
We gotta start small before we get to Trump. Hey, Trump, look at this. Look at who we got. All right, fine. We get people Trump likes. Alex Jones. That guy's hilarious.
Alex Jones is another one.
I would
go
pay
on
him
days
money.
about.
I would pay money to get
Alex Jones is an absolute buffoon.
He's so funny. It's hilarious.
So Alex Jones was like, so Joe Rogan
he is
caters to
Alex Jones is Trump with a podcast essentially.
Yeah,
that's basically what that is.
Alex Jones, right? So him and Joe Rogan are like, Joe Rogan tolerates Alex Jones and he defends him and backs him up because Alex Jones is probably not a bad guy, right? He's just a little crazy. So Joe Rogan always defended him and shit. Alex Jones went off the rails at one point and was saying that Joe Rogan. It was because Rogan had Bernie on or something like that.
Yeah.
Alex Jones started saying that Joe Rogan worked for the CIA. Joe Rogan was the devil reincarnate.
Joe Rogan
started going crazy. Was saying that Joe Rogan was they had a feud for a while, where it wasn't a feud because Rogan would just be like, Alex, and you can go and look. There's an episode where Joe Rogan's he starts the episode off because someone asked him oh, what's up with this whole Alex Jones thing? And he's like, all right, let me clear this up. And he explains the whole situation. He's like, Alex was on the show, and he kept saying that Sandy Hook was a conspiracy.
Yeah.
And like little kids died.
Sounds right about it.
Little kids died.
Yeah.
So Joe Rogan was like, "No, bro, stop saying that."
Yeah,
on my show.
I'm gonna need you to stop doing that.
Stop saying that. Like you can say 9/11 was a conspiracy. Like it's not as people really don't. People don't take it as they take it as seriously, but like you can't just say a bunch of kids dying at like the hands of an assailant like that is fake unless you can prove it. But like, you know what I mean? You could talk all day about how 9/11 might be an inside job, blah, 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 because we don't know. Sandy Hook, someone walked in and killed a bunch of kids. So Joe Rogan was like, stop saying that on my show, like, or you're not invited back. And Alex Jones took that like hurtfully.
Big surprise.
And you know what I mean? So
Joe
Rogan opened the show and was like, listen, Alex, I like you. If you're listening, you're a good guy. I do not work for the CIA. And like went on this big tangent, bro. And it was like a little weird ass feud, but Alex Jones was on his own show and he was like, he had like pictures of Joe Rogan saying that he was going to eat his heart and stuff. Yo, it's absolutely insanity.
Oh man. Kaleman. I don't know
what that is.
Indiana Jones and grabs a heart.
Oh yeah.
Kaleman.
Yeah, so Alex Jones is out there too.
Yeah, he's cooked.
Alex Jones is very cooked.
I think Alex Jones is what Donald Trump would have been if he decided to do like radio talk shows. Like exactly.
Alex Jones there's a really good article about a kid that worked for Alex Jones.
Okay.
Alex Jones actually has a lot of money because he was really successful at one point with his conspiracy things. A lot of news companies don't like him, but people on YouTube do. So his subscriber count was booming, right? And he was making money. So he hired this kid to pretty much film and edit it. And the kid, like Alex Jones would like come up to the kid and be like, we're going to run a story about this conspiracy. Go there, take some pictures and make something up. Like
get me some content and come back.
Yeah, pretty much. Go make something up.
Yeah, go get me some content. I'm not
mad at you. The kid, would do it because he was getting paid a lot of money to do it. After a while, he was like, I can't do this anymore. You know what I mean? Because Alex Jones was like, 7 a.m. drinking cups of whiskey, like, all right, like clearly coked up from the night before still. It was like, all right, we're gonna go to this Catholic church and the devil was there last night and
go take some pictures.
Yeah, we're gonna go take some pictures. Like started doing crazy shit, and the kid was like, no, like the kid tried to quit a bunch of times. It was like one of those stories. It was like tried to quit but kept getting roped back in. Like Alex would all of a sudden be like a nice guy when he was about to quit.
Sorry, man. I was in a dark place.
Exactly.
I won't do this again. I promise, man. I promise. Manipulation 101.
There was a time where Alex was hammered, took an AR-15, and just went out and like they were like doing like it wasn't target practice. They weren't at a range or anything, but they just went out to the middle of the woods and were shooting. And Alex Jones like doesn't know how to use a gun apparently. And was like waving it around like this at the kid. It was like, oh, there's no ammo in it. And like that was the last straw for this kid. He was like,
this man a gun.
In Texas, you can buy one wherever.
It's Texas.
Alex Jones lives in Texas. So, they weren't out in the woods; they were out in the desert. But
it's Texas, baby.
That was the last straw for this kid. He was like that. He almost took my head off with an assault rifle. So he was like, I just ghosted him. I never showed back up. And I'm writing this article to like let everyone know what working with Alex Jones is like. It's constant.
You're right on edge.
All the time.
That sounds awesome.
Anxiety through the fucking roof.
But it's not that like horror movie anxiety. That sounds kind of cool.
Listen, I would fucking do it.
I would do it too. Absolutely.
I would work for Alex Jones.
And I
would laugh at that motherfucker the whole time.
He's paying good. It's good money. Alex is paying.
Like I would, Alex, if you're listening, I'll edit your fucking videos.
Can I get a job? I'll be the conspiracy theory guy.
I'll film and edit your videos. Hook me up, because I will laugh at your motherfucking dumbass all day.
You know what I can do? I can be the guy, like when you come up with a conspiracy, you can interview me and I'll be like, yeah, man, the ghost, he made me do it. I am gay now because the devil is in me. I smoked the devil's lettuce and now I am a homosexual. Please help me, Alex. And then he'll band
the devil from my soul, right? Halabadakta, bah, right? I'll be that guy. I'll be that guy.
Alex is an interesting cat.
Alex, if you're listening, I'm looking for a job.
Yeah. So what's up, man?
So with me,
Yeah.
I work a day job. I come home, I write.
That's really what you're about to say to me right now?
Yeah, that was it. Well, I had topics for a Black Label, but I kind of spilled the beans at the beginning. Oh my goodness, it got bright in here. I like that better. I spilled the beans at the beginning of the episode with the auto-tune thing because I wanted to get your you
can't use like, oh, good old shit Black Label, and then fucking doesn't talk the whole time.
What do you mean?
I don't know.
I've been talking.
Why don't you just go home? I'll do this by myself. Leave your phone.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that.
Leave your phone. I'll talk by myself. I actually do like this better.
Yeah,
I like the red with the blue on the floor, rather than the blue with the red on the floor.
Oh, I can't see the blue.
Well, I think phones, yeah, because they don't pick up like that. But yeah, I had a good time. So Chad Michael Collins next week.
Make sure you check that back.
Are you excited to talk to him?
Yeah, absolutely. The focus is when I ask him about, because he started in Call of Duty Modern Warfare, so I'd like to ask him what it's like working in that mocap suit, because I know it can't be fun, and I'm just curious as to modern day video game making, what that's like, shooting that, recording that. Again, I know that mocap suit doesn't feel good. I know it gets sweaty and gross.
It's just like a spandex suit.
I know, but they spend hours sometimes in that thing.
It's like wearing nothing. That's why do you think girls wear yoga pants? They wear those all day. It
doesn't look fun to me. And when in the video game ones, they have those things. They're like, I don't know what they're made out of. I'm assuming foam. They're the ball things attached to it. It doesn't look fun. It doesn't look comfortable. I don't know how, in God's name, you could possibly be like act like that, and be like serious. Like I think it was Brolin. They put this like stick thing on top of him
to make him accentuate how tall he was.
Yeah, with Thanos' head at the top of it, and then you have to be super serious and put on that performance and deliver those lines.
Because how much they're paying you to do that? If you can't get in the fucking
I can't do it. I can't.
If you can't
I'm telling you right now.
I'm paying you.
I'm telling you right now.
A literal boatload of money.
With a straight face.
And you can't get into character because you got some fucking head on your head? Because you got some purple head on your head.
I couldn't keep a straight face for a lot of it.
You got Barney with a ball chin on your head. You can't get into fucking character.
I couldn't. I couldn't. Acting, I can't do. I can't keep a straight face through anything. If I think
I've seen you act on our page. We haven't done a skit in a while, but we haven't done a skit in a while.
We haven't done a skit in a while. I miss skits. They're hard, dude. We had a solid run for like, I don't know, we did like 5 to 7 of them, something along those lines. I think it was more.
We should do another skit soon.
Yeah, and then, dude, skit ideas aren't easy. It's hard. It's hard. Any YouTube channel out there that like specifically does skits, shout out to you.
I mean, that's never hard. Really what we were gonna be in the first place.
No. It's just an excuse to promote, but it's not easy to be like original and actually entertaining about it, and not just be an ad.
I was talking to someone the other day, and I was like, oh, like we're kind of like we've kind of hit that dry spell the first dry spell that we were talking about, because we've been at 1.4 thousand for a while.
Yeah.
And I was just like like bitching about it, and they're like, "Bro, how many months you in?" I was like 5. They're like, it took me 2 years to get to 1,000. Shut up. And I was like, all right. Like, puts it into perspective.
Yeah.
And that was Film Junkie.
Yeah.
He was like, shut up. Like, you'll be fine. Like, you're ahead of the curve.
Yeah. Relax.
You're doing well. Just do what you do. And YouTubing and podcasting, you don't just magically get to the top. You have to put the work in. Your name has to be around for a while. Like, time is it's not necessarily quality over quantity. It is quantity over quality. And in the sense of like getting around, like people start realizing, oh, they're not just doing this for a couple months to try to like get famous. They're doing it because they're passionate. Unless you're Grace Randolph, then you're just
every channel I watched that. A lot of channels I watch, I started watching them when they were at like 500K, maybe 1 million, right? A lot of them, like this one particular channel I watch, when I started watching him, he was at like 2.53 million. My man is at 7.5 million right Watch it. It takes time. Now, mind you, this is like his 10th year, right, of doing YouTube. And then when I started watching him, he was at like 3 million. I watched him for a solid year before those numbers started going up like that. But after that year, it was like 1 million every month.
Yeah.
Bam, regular basis, right? That will happen to us too. Time takes time. The man was on YouTube for 10 years.
I couldn't even imagine 10 years from now looking and being like, oh, 7.5 million now.
Yeah.
10 years of work.
Yeah.
I don't really, like, someone's like, oh, you know, you put a lot of time into that, like, you sure that's what you want to do, like, for years and years and years? And I was like,
yeah.
The time hasn't phased me even a little bit. Like, going to work is the worst part of the day because, like, it's time that I can't be doing this.
Once that's no longer an equation, that's the only reason this is difficult. It's because we still have day jobs.
Yeah.
That's the only reason. Once that's no longer a factor, we're good.
And the time that I was out of work, that was the most fun I've ever had.
Yeah,
I was
nothing but time.
I was all go all the time, ready.
Nothing
Shoot. Film. I was all in all the time. And I'm still all in all the time. I put, just for fun, Jack asked me to write down how many hours that I put in. I put 100 hours in a couple weeks ago just to the show. Doing whether it was editing or being on Facebook asking people to come on the show or Twitter, or actually shooting, like 100 hours of my time. Even if I'm just sitting on the couch watching TV, I have the laptop here and I'm back down.
Yeah, it's background noise.
Yeah.
Do the same thing.
So, 100 hours doing this is nothing to me.
No.
But 40 hours of work takes away 40 hours that I could be investing in this. So it's different.
Yeah. Again, the only thing holding this back, the worst part of this is still having to work on day.
Like if I hit the lottery, bam,
yeah, absolutely.
be over. But I don't play lottery.
Absolutely.
So I can't win.
I'm good.
Um,
I hate lottery people.
Me too.
I hate lottery.
I hate waiting in line.
I hate lottery people.
I hate waiting in line and back of them.
If I'm behind you,
they got
at
47. Give me 3 12s, 2 22s.
I'm behind you at 7-Eleven and you're pulling that shit that he just impersonated. I'm gonna audibly talk shit. You're a fucking loser. But I'm not gonna like directly address you. I'm gonna be your subconscious, reminding you what a dumbass you are. I've seen people spend hundreds of dollars at a time, scratch that shit, lose that shit, come back for more.
It's like, oh, I hope your kids ate today.
And then like he spent more with this particular occasion. My man lost everything, didn't win a dime back, and then spent more the second time. So he spent like 100 on tickets the first time, and then he spent like 150 the second time.
Yeah.
The fuck, you didn't win anything, and then he still didn't make his money back at least.
Yeah, people suck.
Imagine that.
Like, it really is, though. It's like, I hope your kids ate today because
no shit.
They ain't getting fed if not.
I feel like you don't have kids at that point. I don't think you have.
My dad is like that.
Yeah.
My dad spends mad money on fucking
lottery.
On lottery.
Yo,
He knows his favorite thing.
Man, I fucked up in the game. I should have made a lottery company. That's what I should have done. That you got to be born into that. That's not something you can just get into. You got to be born into
state,
it, right?
That's state.
The state
level
but this,
shit.
Yeah, the state kind of run. But there's a group of people whose job it is to run that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's through the state, but there's somebody that's their job to handle the lottery, right?
But you're a government employee at that point.
Yeah, but you don't just get a job like that.
No.
You know what I'm saying? No. You don't just go give them your resume and they're like, yeah, boy, you're in. Nah, son, you got to know somebody. Your daddy got to be somebody. You got to be born into something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's not a hard work kind of job. That's a privilege kind of job. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I would assume.
It's a dope job, though.
But, yeah, it's about that time.
Hungry, tired,
I am
cranky.
I am, too.
Listen, people, we appreciate you for tuning in. Check out the channel. Check out the podcast. Check out the quick dips.
I got a couple ideas, too.
Spotlights.
I got a couple ideas for the future on how we can kind of turn this into something that's not just sitting around and like talking about random shit, but a way to keep the essence, but also to make it a little bit more interactive and shit like that. So
stay tuned for that.
Upgrades and upkeeps.
What's that movie?
It's pretty much what I want to do is I want to like we have a couch in there.
Yeah.
Like, why are we out here?
I don't know. It's a good question.
It's a good question. The idea was like I thought the lights played a big part of that.
Yeah, but I could just take this and in that dark room, that would accentuate the whole room.
True.
So
it's a good question. Stay tuned for that.
Stay tuned for some updates, upgrades, and
improvements.
Boners. I just have to say that because I can't right now.
Technically.
But all right, thank you so much. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Ring that notification bell.
Smash that
Beat
like
your
button.
dick. Do whatever you want. Just make sure you come and hang out at the Pop Culture Corner. We're uploading new content all the time, every single week. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, everything that dude just said.
Instagram, Snapchat, WhatsApp, Google Plus. You name it, we're on it. Follow us.
If you like to see the doggy and his nuts, because he likes to show them, he likes to roll over and show his nuts.
That's a power move.
That's a power move.
That's a.
I know. I wouldn't.
Imagine if every time I came in your house, I dropped my pants, laid on the back, and flaunted my nuts. Like, yeah, bitch, this is my house. Maybe go in the corner and pee on something.
Imagine they
smell some shit.
Imagine they made like dogs and cats wear like little pants so they covered their nuts.
Yeah.
Just like you can't have that decent. That's the world we're going towards.
Indecent?
No, that like people be so like offended to see a dog's dick. And like you have to wear doggy dick pants. Like,
You look like a whore. Get your dick away.
I don't want to see that. Humans don't wear pants. Dogs need to wear. I mean, humans wear pants. Dogs need to as well.
Whose man is this?
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
There.
Me.
Him.
But all right.
Peace.
All right. Culture comrades and whatever Justice says.
Culture comrades. We do it for you.
We do it
For the culture.
The culture.
Finish.